Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Claribel. So today's video was actually inspired by something I saw on Instablog. So I'm not quite sure if the story was real, I'm not quite sure if it's true, but I felt like it was something we could talk about because it ignited a lot of conversation. It is relatable. A lot of women, whether we like to admit that a lot of women are going through it in their relationships. So we're just going to look into it and, I want to know from a man's perspective what you guys think about this. So this story was about a guy that was kind of confused on how the norm in today's marriages are. And I'm going to read it. I'm also going to put it on the screen so you can see it as well. So this was from Toba Adeyeye. The new normal in marriage is to find a good woman you don't love and who is not attractive enough for you. Technically, turn her into a baby making machine, get your badge as a husband and as a father, and turn her into a house help, pro max / a prayer warrior. But to the fun part of your life, get a pretty girl that you love / attractive enough for you to call your girlfriend / side chick, and nourish her with premium treatment and sexual satisfaction. I have numerous friends with such an arrangement and it breaks my heart every time I see their wives. Is this the new standard, or am I just overreacting or old school? Based on this write-up from Toba, it's kind of generalizing that this is a new normal for a lot of marriages. But unfortunately, that's not the new normal for a lot of marriages. Some marriages are still very modest. They know what commitment is all about. They are fully committed to their marriages and their relationships. They respect each other in that relationship. But a lot of people are still going through things like this. And I'm going to draw it from my culture. I keep going back to where I'm from because I really cannot talk about other people's, culture whilst I don't understand it. I don't live there, but I could relate with the one that I know. Despite all of the talks on YouTube, on social media, the danger of, carrying side chicks, the danger that, comes with, cheating on your spouses. Women these days the world is going crazy and there are a lot of dangerous things happening out there. But did you think it has changed anything? Nothing. Because every day we keep hearing new ones. So it makes me wonder that, is this going to ever come to an end? Is this side chick girlfriend issue going to ever come to an end? You would think that in this generation where everyone is talking about equality, people are talking about doing the right things, fighting for our rights, you would think that men will begin to sit back and really look inwardly and ask themselves questions. Are these things really worth it? We hear about a lot of killings and people dying in the hotel rooms, especially in my culture, in Nigeria, in my country, Nigeria. People dying every day. A lot of times, most recently, we've heard about stories where a side chick probably stole from somebody, a side chick or a girlfriend, a one-night stand, killed somebody in the hotel room. You would think that this will make some people just sit back and say, you know what, I'm tired. I can't do this. But unfortunately, once a person is not content, it doesn't matter. They will tell you life is a risk. One thing must kill a man. So some men don't really care. I don't think it's ever going to come to an end. But to generalize it, to say this is the norm, is what I'm not agreeing with. Because I know that there are a lot of marriages where people are committed to their marriages. They're committed to their vows. They respect their spouses. They are committed to themselves. So I know that relationships still like that still exists. But there are a lot of women going through constant cheating from their spouse. And sometimes it makes you wonder, what do men really want? What do men really want? Back in the days, I used to think that maybe the women are not so sociable. They don't dress, they're not exciting. That's why their men are out there roaming around looking for something that is not looking for them. But I've come to realize that I don't think so. Because you hear men, you see men that cheat on their wives. You see their wives, queens, beauties. I mean, talk about chocolate color, beautiful, fair, light-skinned girls, tall, slim. They take care of themselves. I mean, we can all agree that women these days really invest in themselves. So it's not a question of maybe that's the reason why they do these things. The only reason I could come to terms with is that these men are just not content. They lack self-control. They are indisciplined. You know, they are so indisciplined. They lack morals. You know, so once a man is not content and a man does not have self-control, they make excuses for what they do, becoming the new norm for a lot of marriages. Some women are okay with it. Unfortunately, some are not okay. But where would they start from is where the question. Some people have really invested in marriages like that. Where do I start from? After how many kids? Where do I go? What is the guarantee that there are good men out there? With the men that we see, the things that I hear, I doubt if they are really good men. Maybe few. Good men, not past 10 again. We don't have a lot of them. Nobody's asking for perfection here, because in my own dictionary, there's no perfect human being. I am not perfect, and I don't expect the person that I'm marrying to be perfect. But we can all change and evolve from the things and start to unlearn those things. But a lot of men are unwilling to unlearn from the things that they do. You go on social media, and the social media, it's not helping at all. I'm going to be honest. Sometimes I wonder how men even manage to survive in this social media world. Because you go to social media, even as women, you see things, you're like, whoo, God have mercy. How do men survive with all of this nakedness? Women are willing to give themselves out easily. There's no standard, there's no morals. You see, growing up, when I say back in the days, it's almost like I sound very old, but I'm not old. But I think it was better back in the days. Things like that were something you shy about. If you even engage yourself in things like that, it's on a low. You don't want people to know, because it's something not to be proud of. Are we going to blame the women for this? Are we going to blame our women for this act? Or are we going to blame the men for lacking self-control? You will find a man that the whole world already talked about, that he's a cheat, he's the worst man. It could be a great father. Let me use Two-Face as an example. I hate to bring Two-Face to this conversation, but as much I hear people tell Annie to leave a marriage, I can bet you 100% that if Annie steps out of that marriage, there's another woman that would jump into that marriage and gladly marry Two-Face, despite everything that has been said about him. So women, we are also our own problems. So another thing that I want to talk about, is it a crime to be a good wife in this time? Does good wife really pay? You see some women, they'll say it's a good wife, no, they pay again. They don't know. I know they'll be good wife again. I don't see it. My eye don't see it. But is it really a crime to be a submissive wife? To be loving, to be loyal? Because men like this are beginning to make women that are good feel like being good is not a great thing. But I am a strong believer that it pays to be good. I pray for those that have given love to people that don't deserve their loves. And I hope that one day they will all come back to you. What do men really want? Why do you keep hurting those that really love you? What is it that you are looking for outside that your wife cannot really give you? Because I used to make excuses before now I used to think, okay, maybe the wives are not good enough. Maybe she's not respectful enough. Maybe she's not this. But that's not the case for a lot of men. The wife could be everything, could be loyal. When they get married to the one that is so firm that you can't play with them, you can't mess with them, they tend to be loyal in those relationships. Let me know in the comment section. I really want us to have a conversation about what Toba had said. It's sad. Like he said it breaks my heart to see every time I see their wives, loyal wives, godly, homely, but they fall into indaboskis. I'm sorry to use that word. I don't know what's indaboski. If you don't know what indaboski means, it just means they fall into I don't know what indaboski means, but that's the word that I can use to quantify the heaviness and how bad this is and how it's breaking a lot of women. So while I was still digesting Toba's issue, bam, another story came up, and this one goes. This is from Mercy Tom, my husband and his side chick. My story is very brief. These pictures were taken yesterday when my husband proposed to his side chick while still married to me. A friend to this woman sent me these pictures, these photos, because she knows me. My husband said he's going on a business trip, not knowing this was the plan. So sad. I called him this morning. I asked him about this. He said, I will call you back. And that's how he cut the phone and has been off since that time. I called his relatives and they claimed not to know anything about it. And they also are in shock. My things are already packed. This is the worst a woman can go through. I mean, who deserves this? You told your wife you were going for a business trip. Can't you be man enough to let your wife go if she's not the person you want to be with? Why put a woman in this kind of distress, disgrace, shame? Why do that to a woman that truly loves you, that is dedicated to you? I want to know why. Is it that because these women of these days do not accept second wives? I've said it in one of my videos where I talked about, polygamy. These word men are truly polygamous by nature. I'm beginning to think that is actually very true. No matter how we paint it, no matter how we want to coin it, we see great men fall for these things. We see people of timber and caliber, pastors, spiritual men, fall victims of this. Are men truly polygamous by nature? Or is it just lack of indiscipline and things they use to make excuses for themselves? Because if some men are still on earth and they could do with one woman and be fully dedicated to that woman, then yes, men can actually do it. But they choose not to do it because our generations have allowed it. And then as much as the narrative, we're trying to change the narrative, it's even becoming worse by the day. So it puts me in a confused stage to think maybe men are truly polygamous by nature, or men just want to be men, or men do not want to be committed. And when I mean men, don't quote me, this is not generalization. Some men don't want to be committed, and unfortunately, majority of them. Look at the man that died last year that was stabbed by a young girl. In fact, during that time, people were saying, oh, all these married men now will now rest. Have they rested? No. We still hear stories like this over and over again. And it was funny, right before Mercy or whoever this person was found out that her husband proposed to his girlfriend, his side chick, she was actually boasting of the man. She wrote hours before saying, every man. She said, every man. This is what she said. She said, every man is a husband material if only the wife is a good tailor. And that's why I'm very big on women. Before you start boasting about your man, expectation, be careful. I remember someone saying, oh, if the man does not post you, he might be hiding you. I've come to find out that men that actually post their wives are the best cheats. Oh yes, time I don't want to name names. There's somebody that came to my house and you don't even want to. Should I say? I'll not say it. So I don't put myself in trouble because the person is a well-known person. But this man always posts his wife's picture on social media. Always. Come to find out, he was calling this person that I know. Yeah. Asking her to be his girlfriend. I will spoil you. In fact, sent her money. And I was like, huh? So don't go by, when you see men that post their wives on social media, don't think they are the worst. Some of them are just, they do that to cover up. And the girls that they have know these things and they are truly okay by it. So don't see people on social media and say, oh, the man is so in love. Oh, he shows the lady off. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. Just pray that the man that you truly call your husband is truly yours and is committed to you. Don't boast though. Don't make mouths. Just pray that God will continue to, if he's a good man, like God will not let him see the things that will distract him. And women, let's do better. If we can come together and fight this war, I think we can win. But unfortunately, we are our own enemies. Because you will say a man that the whole world have rejected, that is a cheat. In fact, the moment the woman is leaving the house, another one is jumping. You're not concerned. So when you see women that stay back, before you open your mouth to blame them, think. It's not that easy. No woman should go through this. But men, what do you really want? My brothers, I love you guys so much. I want to know. What do you guys really want? Is it the excitement? What is it? But don't treat the ones that love you. It hurts. It really hurts. No woman needs to go through this. And you see their wives, some of them don't even give their wives money. They don't take care of the ones at home. But they lavish and give their girlfriends outside. And their wives will be prayer warrior, fully dedicated to her home. Good in the other side. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, they still leave them to for a side chick. So let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. And I'm going to end it here. I've come to the end of my video today. If you like this videos like this, please let me know in the comment section. And until then, I'll catch you guys in my next one. Like I always do at the end of my videos. You are loved, you are beautiful, you are kind, you are special, you are worthy. Do not let anyone tell you otherwise. Until I come your way again next week, I remain your one and only girl, Clarabelle. Bye and remain blessed.